fellow YouTubers and home recording musicians. This video is going to show you how to create track templates in Sonar Platinum and how to save them in a track template format and or a project template. Sonar Platinum comes bundled with a bunch of project templates, which we can see here under New from Template. As we open up, we can scroll down. We have mastering templates, mixed templates. Some of these templates have effects and plugins and soft synths already loaded on them. But we're going to create our own, and I'm going to show you how to save it both here and as a track template. So let's get started. We'll create a new project and we'll delete what we have here. So I like to start with show all. Come down here, and this preview track is always pretty loud. And the metronome I also like to keep quiet. So these are our buses in this area here. Up here is our tracks in Sonar Platinum. All versions of Sonar are pretty similar. So let's go ahead and create some tracks. We're going to right click and insert multiple tracks right here. And just for ha-has, we'll insert 12 audio tracks and MIDI, 8 MIDI tracks. And we'll go ahead and create some buses. You can set up your mix template however you want, but I'm going to build out one that I like and typically use. So one I'm going to call vocals. One I'm going to call background vocals. We'll call reverb. Guitars. Drums. Sometimes we'll have a couple bass tracks mixed together. So I'll mix them together on a bus. So let's go ahead and name some of these tracks. Fox 1. So I'm going to take these vocal tracks. I'm going to put them in a folder. Right click. Move to folder, new. Go. Vocals. And over here. And guitars. Track folder, guitars. Okay, now for our soft synths. And Sonar, recent update in Sonar Platinum kind of hid your soft synth track. It used to be right here in the browser. Now we have to actually go and show it, which is a little inconvenient to people like me who use a lot of soft synths and spend most of my time in there as opposed to the browser. So anyway, it's Alt-9. And now you're going to see it right here. You can dock that up top if you'd like. Now we're back to where we were before. So I'd like to add piano. The piano I like is actually in here. Make sure to name all your tracks. Load our pianos. We're going to load a drum sound, session drummer, drum kit, okay. So let's start our routing. Here are our vocals. Main vocal, we're going to route to our vocal bus. Vocal 2, same thing, to our vocal bus. Now come down here to our vocal bus, and we're going to route that to our 2 bus. It says master. We want it to go to our 2 bus. Our 2 bus is going to be our mix bus, and then we will send everything out to the master. This way we have a little bit more control over our gain. Background vocals. We're going to hold control. Control as we go to background vocals. Just make sure it says right there. Our background vocal bus that we just sent to. We're going to send that to our vocal bus. So we're going to feed our background vocals into our background vocal bus, and then feed our main vocals also into our vocal bus. So we have all our vocals, background and lead vocals, going to one bus. That's going to help later in our mix. We can also color this purple as well to match up there. Our reverb bus, I like to make that blue. Now we're going to get to our guitars. And we're going to feed our guitars into our guitar bus. Make sure they all say it. Guitars, we're going to make yellow. Our bass, make sure they all feed into our bass bus. And darker purple. And now our drums, which we didn't color. Drums, 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 typo. Our piano, we're going to bring right to our 2 bus. Our drums, we're going to go right to our drum bus. I'll make that orange. That's good. So now we have all of our vocals, our main vocals going right to the vocal bus, our background vocals going to the background vocal bus, which then goes to the vocal bus. Our guitars feed the guitar bus, which we're going to make go to our 2 bus afterwards. Our bass goes to our bass bus. Our percussion, we're going to go to our drum bus. Piano to our 2 bus. Drums to our drum bus. Let's route these. So our bass is going to go to our 2 bus. Drums we're going to go to our 2-bus, guitars, to our 2-bus, reverb, yeah, we'll just make everything go to our 2-bus. Our background vocals are going to go to our vocals, which is then going to go to the 2-bus. And our 2-bus is going to go to our master track. And preview and metronome can also go to the master track. Now, our reverb, we're going to slap a reverb on here. We'll say it's our favorite one, because both track templates and project templates they're going to save your plugins and effects as well. Go down to reverb. My favorite reverb is the spaces. And this is going to be a send. So I'm going to turn the wet all the way up, the dry all the way down. Let's add some send effects to our vocals and guitars. Here we're going to insert send. Reverb. I should have added it on all of them. Yep. And we'll bring all of them down to pretty low to start off with. By holding control, of course, you control all the parameters at the same time of all the tracks that are highlighted. It's kind of like a quick group. Now, let's say, for instance, we also like one of our favorite compressors. Let's load a preset. Give us a starting point. Our regular vocals also. So I like the smooth opto for bass, but some people like the bass guitar. Drums, put a stereo compressor. And our compressor stereo. Again, these are just starting points, so you don't have to go fish around for your plugins later. They'll already be set up on your tracks. Okay, so now let's save this. We are going to hit Control A to highlight all our tracks. And there's two ways we can do this now. We can go up to File, Save As, Template. And we're going to navigate to where the track templates are kept in Sonar. Project templates. CWT, CWT. We can just name it template tutorial vid. Save. We can also come up here and again make sure everything's highlighted. We're going to right click, save as track template, and we'll make a we'll save it in here. Let's delete all our tracks. I'm confident we can get them back, so don't worry. Delete track. And we can go ahead and delete all these. Delete track folder. Delete 7 buses. Okay. Now to get our tracks back, we click in an empty space, right click, and insert from track template. Track template tutorial. Don't worry about that. Here we have our folders. Some people don't use their track icons, so it really doesn't matter to me. Large projects, I guess it's kind of cool to have. I think it's cool looking. For whatever reason, I don't end up using them much. Let's close this out. Console, close. Let's highlight all our tracks again. We're going to resave it. Got to right click on a track, save as track template, and we're just going to click on that and overwrite what we did. Save. Yes. Okay, and now we're going to save as template. Templates tutorial vid. Save. Yes, we're going to overwrite that. Okay, that's how we would use a basic track template and save it as both a track template and a project template. So again, to bring up as a track template, delete. Okay, right click. Now we're going to recall all of that from a track template. Right click, insert from track template tutorial. Bam. Close these folders. Here's our buses. There's our tracks and our folders. And if we bring up the console, which is Alt-2, we see we have our track icons as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and close this out. Project, close. Now we can bring up new from template. If we scroll down, we see our template tutorial vid. Name our project. The problem with starting a new song from a project file is you have to name it. So sometimes you're just screwing around and you don't really want to create a new project folder that you're going to have to go delete later. So your audio drive isn't a mess. Sometimes I don't name projects, I'm just jamming out and I need some sound, so I open up Sonar and throw in my favorite plugins and reverb and jam out, and I don't want to save a project, I don't want to create a project file. Well, when you start a project from a project template, you have to do it this way. You have to name a project, it creates a folder, which it's not like you can't go in and delete it off your hard drive, it's just one extra step. So here we go. So many times I like to just create a new project and insert from track template, which is why I'll use track templates more than I use project templates. But either way, I hope you found this helpful and I hope you can put it to good use. Thanks.